Good morning, everyone.
Namaste, pranams, and a very good morning to all dear brothers and sisters and respected elders. We welcome you all to day 5 of Being Heartful Every Day, where we are together going through the heartfulness practices of meditation in the morning, as well as doing the universal prayer together in the evening. This is week 1. This is week 1 of 365 days, that is, 52 weeks of developing, experiencing, and seeing how to express noble qualities of the heart. The first week is all about acceptance. And as we have gone through the last 4 days, we have come to talk about self acceptance, acceptance of one's limitations, acceptance of mistakes, and all of these have together led us to go deeper into the quality of acceptance for ourselves as well as for others. I'm sure this is being a very fruitful and meaningful journey for all of us as we are taking this journey of meditating together. Today, before we move ahead, let us talk about the core practice of heartfulness, which is called inner rejuvenation or cleaning. I hope as we are getting into this daily routine of doing all the heartfulness practices together, we are also making sure that we are doing the heartfulness cleaning, which is the practice that we do in the evening at the end of the day. When the day is over, and preferably before dinner, let us all sit quietly in one place and with our active will, we remove the impressions which we may have gathered during the course of the day, consciously or unconsciously. These impressions, they come into us. And at the end of the day, before we have our dinner, when we sit and we take the thought that all the complexities and impurities are going out of our system through the back, from the top of the head at the back to the tip of the tailbone, when we take this active thought and put our will behind it, we find ourselves becoming purer and simpler and lighter. In this process, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes, it leaves us feeling rejuvenated. And all these impressions, which, if they become deeper, they become samskaras, we have this wonderful way of freeing ourselves from these impressions. Today, we will further explore how acceptance is linked with this process of heartfulness cleaning. So, together, let us now move into the inspirational reading of the day, where we continue to read Principle 5 from A User's Guide to Living, a commentary on the 10 principles given by revered Babuji Maharaj. This article has been written by Revered Daji, Global Guide Heartfulness, and we have taken this from the Heartfulness magazine. Reflections on the principle of truthfulness. Let us now explore how we can apply this principle in everything that we do. We may not yet have reached the stage of ultimate truth, but are we at least authentic? At the deepest level, truthfulness is a commitment to that which is real and unchanging. In daily life, it translates to integrity and alignment between thoughts, words, and deeds. Other ways to describe that state are authenticity, sincerity, and genuineness. Let us for a moment think about the opposite of true, which is false. When something is not presented as it is, we say it is false. And if we examine our lives, we will see the presence of falseness all around us and within us too. When we pretend to be what we are not, it falls into the false category. As discussed earlier, we know that it is generally not intentional, that most of our personas are unconscious. We are not aware of them. That is why the practice of self study, known as Swadhyaya, is so important in yoga. So we become conscious of our patterns and make changes. And even more important to the awakening of truth is the heartfulness cleaning, a practice developed by Babuji to remove the root cause of our subconscious patterns and tendencies, our samskaras. What happens when we identify our ego, our sense of self, with anything other than reality or truth? The ego then becomes a false identity. It is no longer original, but a self modified version of the original. It has been programmed and conditioned by our experiences from childhood and is shaped by our interactions with our immediate environment. It is a coping mechanism, a series of masks we wear, personas, identities that we assume to get through day to day existence that become hardwired into our neural circuitry. Yet, we think it is who we are. At an unconscious level, we believe the ego is who we are because it defines our identity, and it has been colored by all the various layers of human experience from our past. When we look outside, the truth is colored by these masks. Generally, it is easier to observe this in others than in ourselves. Then, to make it worse, there are companies that try to convince us to buy their stuff. There are politicians who pretend to be representing us, and the media serves us a steady stream of fake news, and the social media pull us in multiple directions. In the midst of all of this, how do we live truthfully? By aligning our thoughts, words, and action with the highest truth that we can perceive in our heart. The quality of discernment of the heart helps us to separate truth from falsehood, especially when we meditate and cultivate that discernment. In our life, also, all these troubles are at a physical level, mental level, ego level, and subtle body level. What happens when we go to the center of ourselves by going to the innermost depth of our heart? Let us pause here. We are pausing at a point where we have been posed with this very important question. Let us all reflect on this and reflect on the reading of today by revisiting it and see what truly happens when we go to the center of ourselves by going to the innermost depths of the heart. It is a question that can lead us further into perceiving what is true, what is reality. We remind everybody that this reading that we are doing every day is available on the Heartfulness app under the banner Being Heartful Every Day, along with other extra reading as well as videos. So today is acceptance of life circumstances. And for the heartful activity of the day, let us go over it together and set an intention to find some time during the day for ourselves to do this activity. As a first step, let us assess, reflect, and note in our diaries a challenging situation of the past that we were able to heartily accept. What did that circumstance teach us? How did we grow through that experience? After we do that, we come to the stage of acceptance. Let us gently connect to the heart and reflect and note in our diaries a current challenging situation that we are finding hard to accept. We'll go deeper and explore why is it that we might be finding it hard to accept? What is it that we might really be seeking? And then we settle ourselves and gently accept the current situation without fighting. We allow pause. Now we will extend what we learned from our past experience in heartful acceptance and try to see what might be the growth opportunity for us concealed in this challenging situation. Are we able to identify the opportunity in the challenge? And then we gently accept the opportunity. And then attempt to move forward to a cheerful acceptance of the situation by dwelling on the hidden benefits that lie there for us in that situation. The step third, as we know, is about acting or expressing that quality. For that, we notice how we feel within the heart after doing this exercise of acceptance, of cheerful acceptance of the life situation. And then we share it with someone who is close to us, a family member, a friend, or, of course, our Being Heartful Everyday buddy. If we have not found our buddy so far, let us find this person who can be our Being Heartful Everyday buddy and together walk this journey of the 365 days. With this, we now come to meditating together. Let us ensure that we don't have any distractions or devices around us, and we are seated in a quiet and comfortable place of our house. Let us try and see if we can go to the same place every day in the morning to meditate so that our mind becomes accustomed to that place of meditation. And as we move towards that place, everything inside us naturally moves into that state of meditation. Let us try and sit in the same pose every day, same place, and we are meditating together these days at the same time, leading to a cycle of automatism to be set up. Sit comfortably, keeping our eyes closed. We make a prayerful suggestion. May we all be able to accept our life circumstances and situations with cheerful acceptance. With this prayerful suggestion and intention being put before the divine, Let us now connect to our hearts. The source of the divine light is deep within the heart, and it is attracting our attention inwards. We are moving deeper into the source of the light. If we find ourselves distracted by thoughts, we simply let them be and come back very gently back to the heart, reminding ourselves that we are meditating on the source of the light in the heart. With this feeling of prayerful reverence, let us now meditate together. Let us continue to remain absorbed for a few more moments. Let us become aware of the inner condition that we have acquired during the meditation. Let us feel this condition, become aware of it at the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. We now enliven the condition and relish it with the feeling of gratitude. We now make a suggestion that this condition is being absorbed and imbibed into every cell, every particle of our body, every fiber of our physical and subtle system. We now make a suggestion that this acquired condition is expanding to everything surrounding us. Everything surrounding us is absorbing this inner condition. This is oneness with the condition. And we now make a suggestion that we are dissolving into this condition, and only the condition now remains. Union with the condition. Those of us who may want to continue to meditate can do so. Let us now take a minute to open our eyes and note down in our journals this inner condition that we have acquired. Let us try to give a name to it. Write down what we experienced and if any inspirations or guidance was received. As we go through the course of this day, let us remember to take out some time to do the heartful activity of how to accept our life circumstances through cheerful acceptance. This is one of the most important qualities that we can acquire. So let us set an intention to spend some time with us during the day and also set an intention as we close this session to do the heartfulness cleaning practice in the evening as we come to the close of the day after having finished all the work, preferably before we eat and before we meet at 8:50 p.m. together for the universal prayer. With these intentions that we have set for ourselves during the day, we hope that you have the most blissful, blessed day today in being heartful the whole through the course of the day. Namaste and see you all at 8:50 p.m. in the evening.